Hey everyone, it's Micah Fragrance. Today I have 7 colognes that I just think are perfect for spring. As always, the note breakdown is going to be up there. I have 2 things I want to say real quick before I actually start with the video. First thing is, I want to apologize to you guys. I know that this video took me a long time to actually make. I kept putting it off and I just completely forgot about it. And I am still going to have like my summer list come out. That's going to come out in probably a couple weeks after this video comes out. And then the second thing is Selective Scents. That's that decant company I teamed up with. They have 2 sales still going on. They have a buy 2, get 1 free on the 5 milliliter colognes. And that is if you use code SPRING. And also if you sign up with your email, you can get 20% off. I did check with them. You can overlap the code, so you're actually going to save a decent amount of money that way. And also, I looked on their website. They have 2 colognes on sale that are perfect for summer and spring, obviously. But Le Beau EDT, if you guys really like coconut, you guys can definitely get that. And then there was also Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. I can't remember. It was like $10 to $15 for both of them. But you can also get a sample. They have Parfums de Marly Greenly, so you can get a sample of all 3 of those and only have to pay for 2 of them. And that's really not a bad deal. But other than that, that code will be in my bio and my comments. So please go check that out. And we're actually going to get onto the video. So like I said, note breakdown is going to be up here. I'm going to try something new. I'm not going to try and say a bunch of the notes like I always try and do, because I realized I mess up on a decent amount of them, because it's different when I'm like, talking to someone about it. But when I'm, actually being recorded, trying to make content for you guys, I always just have like the biggest brain farts and just say random notes that aren't there, miss out on a bunch of notes. So I'm just going to describe what the fragrances actually smell to me, and you guys can see the note breakdown. So the first one I want to start out with is going to be, we'll go with the fragrance I'm wearing today as of recording, and that's Burberry Touch. Now, to me, this is just a straight up powdery fragrance. It smells super nice, super professional. You can wear this whenever, wherever. And the reason why all I said is it just smells straight up powdery to me is because that's all I get. It just smells powdery and fresh. If I did describe it, I would say powdery and fresh. It's not like a shaving cream powdery vibe. It's kind of like an old school vibe. And I know when you think of like an old school powdery fragrance, you probably think, oh, like a shaving cream, barbershop fragrance. I don't know how to describe it. It doesn't give me that, because a style of that fragrance would be like the Armani Code line, the Le Male EDT. It doesn't remind me of that, but it's classic smelling, sophisticated, every day. If I did explain it in 3 words, that's how I would say it. I picked this 1.7 ounce up for $30 at Ross. Super good. Anyone can wear this. I would recommend, though, high school through college is really when I feel like that's like the age group that really should be wearing this. But it's super good, super versatile. And the thing that's really interesting about this cologne is they have never had any major reformulations on it. So every single batch lasts about 8 hours. The next cologne I'm going to stick and just get that other Burberry fragrance out of the way is Burberry Brit. Now this is kind of has the same powdery vibe as Burberry Touch, and they're the same price, 1.7 ounce for $30. But the big difference is this has rose in it. Now it smells super powdery with a floral undertone, obviously. That rose comes through actually surprisingly strong. Now this fragrance, unfortunately, I don't get the best longevity, about 6 hours with, but it's really not bad. The opening is nice. There's some citrus in the opening, and then that rose comes through almost immediately. But it's just super powdery. You guys can see in the note breakdown, citrusy, powdery vibes. It might have some tonka in it. I'm not sure. That could be what's giving it kind of that powdery vibe. But honestly, super, super good. And this one, along with Burberry Touch, they have a female counterpart for, which Burberry Touch for her, Burberry Brit. Surprisingly, Burberry Brit for him was not the original one. I know a lot of fragrances, the men counterpart, or the men's version comes out first, and the ladies' counterpart comes, after that. But this is one that actually the women's version came out first, if I'm not mistaken. The next fragrance, if I want to stick to just kind of like a powdery vibe, Guess Seductive EDT. Now, this is what started off that Guess Seduction line. Okay, also real quick, I'm so sorry for just stopping right in like the middle of a review. I'm sorry if my table looks absolutely disgusting. In the video that I was redoing my whole thing, just redoing my whole setup, I had to peel all the stickers off, and I wiped it all down, and all of the like sticker residue came off. But I don't know if it was just because it's wet, but now it's like all back, and it's not like sticky. But I looked on the camera and it just looked gross. I don't know why, but that just popped into my head mid recording. So I'm sorry about that, but I will try and get that fixed within this and the next video. But yeah, Guest Seductive EDT. This is what started off that Guest Seduction line. It's just super powdery and it has some citrus. To me, it's like I'll smell it and it's like, oh, that's super powdery. And then this citrus, like this like sour lemon note will kind of hit my nose. Super nicely though. I know you guys might be thinking, oh, I don't want my cologne to smell sour. It's in a good way. And I don't know if this is a pressurized atomizer, but you guys got to check this out. I don't think it's pressurized. If it's not, it's on the verge of being pressurized though. Yeah, opens up, super citrusy. It almost, I don't know, it reminds me of something. I don't know what it reminds me of though. It just smells super familiar. Well, probably because I've wore it before, but it smells like something that's obviously not this. It almost smells like going outside after it rained or like when it's raining. Like kind of smells like wet grass in a really good way though. But Guest Seductive EDT, I picked up this 1.7 ounce for about $17. So it's super, super good. Just a super, super good deal. Next fragrance I will talk about Hugo Boss Energize. Now this starts off super citrusy, has some woodsy notes, and on top of that, it also has juniper in it. So it's kind of like a more natural smelling cologne, just kind of smells like the outdoors. But it's super good. I would put Hugo Boss Extreme on this list. I feel like that's better in the summer though, so that's going to be in my summer list. But yeah, I picked this 2.7 ounce. I picked this 2.5 ounce out for about $27 at my Ross. But it's super good. I'm actually going to spray it on my wrist. That's how much I like it. It starts off super citrusy, and then yeah, like I said, it has a juniper that comes through very nice. It's just a really nice, natural smelling cologne. You really can't go wrong with it. Almost immediately, you get kind of like a little powderiness, but it's just super, super nice. Moving on, we are going to go with Mont Blanc Explore. This is a clone of Creed Aventus, and the thing about that Aventus DNA is it's super professional. So when I used to work, which I worked at two places, McDonald's, which I worked there for like 3 months, Famous Footwear, I worked there for like 2 weeks, and I quit because I hated that job. But when I worked at Famous Footwear, obviously I didn't wear cologne at McDonald's. When I worked at Famous Footwear, this is what I wore. Super professional, super nice smelling. People I worked with actually seemed to like this. The customers seemed to like it. And yeah, just a super good, very mature, everyone likes it. There's really not a whole lot of people that are actually going to hate the Creed Aventus DNA. A lot of people are going to hate on it. They're going to say it's overused. They're going to say it's not good in 2024. Don't listen to them. It's so good. You can also get Club de Nuit Intense Man. If you have the budget, you can just get Creed Aventus. But I get about 5 to 6 hours of longevity with this. I paid retail. It was like $76 for a 3.4 ounce. I know you can get it off a discounter. A 3.4 ounce is like $30 to $40. And then a 6.7 ounce is like $40 to $60. I'm not exactly sure on the prices. Last time I checked, it was surprisingly cheap. The next fragrance I want to talk about is, actually, I just realized I should probably actually talk about Mont Blanc Explorer. It's super citrusy. It has woods in it. It has a decent amount of actual citrusy and wood notes in it, but it's just a super nice professional smelling fragrance. See, it's just little stuff like that I just like blank out on when I record. Mont Blanc Individual. This has like that old school shaving cream vibe, but it also has dark chocolate and raspberries, which is Las Frambuesas in Español, in Spanish, which I learned that today. So it has Las Frambuesas, and the raspberries actually give it a sweet vibe, in which it also could be giving it that powdery vibe. I don't know if there is wood notes in it. There might be some wood notes, but it's just a super nice smelling cologne. It does get compared to Joop Homme. It either has something added or taken away that Joop has or doesn't have. But I really like this. I don't like Joop Homme. To me, Joop Homme smells like cat pee and is just overly sweet. This has balanced sweetness and does not smell like cat pee. I picked this 1.7 ounce up for about $22. It was like $21.99, but super good. And the last fragrance I'm going to recommend you guys is Armani Code OD Parfum. If you really like the EDT of Armani Code, you want something a little more versatile that's going to last a little bit longer, look no further, get the Eau de Parfum or the Parfum. You can get the Absolute, but that is discontinued, so it's a little hard to find. But, yeah, Armani Code Eau de Parfum. Smells just like the EDT, but it has some added citrusiness to it. I honestly, so when you look at Fragrantica and you look like, when is this cologne going to be the best? It's going to say fall and winter. I feel like it's the spring because it has like that old school shaving cream vibe. It smells super good. And this stuff just smells amazing. Really anytime except the summer. I would not wear this in the summer. But to me, when I think about this fragrance, I think about when, ideally, when would I wear this? The spring. But yeah, it's super good. It lasts about 8 to 9 hours on my skin too, so it's super, super strong. And I just really honestly love this fragrance. The bottle is pretty cool too. I don't know why. I like how it's just like, I guess big and long. I don't know. I just like the bottle. It's a nice bottle. I get like a firm grip on it. Oh, please don't take that out of context, guys. Armani Code Eau de Parfum, super good. If you like that original EDT, like I said, you want something fresher, this is the one you want to go for. So those were 7 fragrances that I just think are perfect for the spring. As always, thank you guys for watching. Put a comment down below what you guys think of my list. Put a comment down below if you guys just want to put a comment. As always, have a great day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.